Buhari will complete legacy projects in Southeast. Security of life, property only a wish in Nigeria, Catholic bishops. Eighteen core members to repeat service in Ebonyi for abscondment. Buhari to declare open 2020 National Sports Festival in Edo. Good morning and welcome to MCL News. I am Amanda Kalu, and now the details of the news. The presidency has assured that President Muhammadu Buhari will complete ongoing legacy projects in the southeast before the expiration of his administration in 2023. Special Advisor on Media and Publicity Femi Adesina gave the assurance on Thursday when he received the editorial management of Orient Daily newspaper led by veteran journalist and editor-in-chief Stanley Ebochukwu at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Deputy Director, Information State House Atta Essa, in a statement, quoted the presidential spokesman as saying that several ongoing federal projects in the 5 southeastern states of Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo are at different stages of completion. Additionally, recounted that in 2018, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, had listed 69 ongoing projects in the region, mainly roads and bridges, funded from budgetary allocations, the Sukuk Bond, and the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund. Adesina welcomed the initiative by the media group to partner with his office to uphold professionalism in the media industry. In his remarks, Ebochukwu said that journalism is a profession that must be respected and observed, that the President's media handlers, Femi Adesina and Garba Shehu, have done so much to promote it. Catholic bishops under the umbrella of Catholic Bishops Conference of Nigeria have concluded their first plenary meeting for the year at the Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria, Abuja. A communique released at the end of the week-long meeting said that the Catholic bishops are unhappy with state of affairs in Nigeria, particularly as it concerns security of lives and property. The communique, jointly signed by Most Reverend Augustine Obiora Akubweze and Most Reverend Camillus Raymond Umo, President and Secretary CBCN, asked government to act fast to salvage the nation from imminent catastrophe. The bishops recognized the appointment and ordinations of Most Reverend Moses Chikwe as the Auxiliary Bishop of Owerri Archdiocese, Most Reverend Augustine Ichema as the Bishop of Aba Diocese, and Most Reverend Julius Yakumbu Kundi as the Bishop of Kafanchan Diocese. They prayed that God should fortify their episcopal ministry. They equally commiserated with Most Reverend Matthew Hassan Kuka and the faithful of Sokoto Diocese for the loss of the seminarian Michael Nadi, who was gruesomely murdered by criminals. No fewer than 18 members of the National Youth Service Corps 2019 Batch C serving in Ebonyi State have been directed to repeat service here for alleged abscondment from service. The Corps members also received various degrees of punishment for flouting the rules and regulations of the scheme. The state coordinator of the Corps, Anne Obey, said this on Thursday during the passing out parade of the Batch C Corps members at the Ngele Oruta Township Stadium, Abakaliki. She said that Corps members who absconded for 3 months or more will repeat the service here, while others who absconded for about a month will have the number of days they absconded doubled. However, a total of 2,097 Corps members participated in the 2019 Batch C passing out parades. She said that out of this number, 4 were given the State Honors Awards in recognition of their outstanding performance during their stay in the state. A few others, she said, also received the Chairman's and State Coordinators Awards. In a remark, the Governor of Ebonyi State, David Omahi, represented by the Commissioner of Youth and Sports, Charles Akbenika, urged the Corps members to utilize the skills they learned during the service year to create a better future for themselves. The governor commended the corps members for their contribution in the areas of healthcare delivery, education and social services, which he noted will forever be cherished. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo yesterday assured small and medium enterprises owners of federal government's commitment towards solving more of the challenges facing the establishment and operations of micro, small and medium enterprises (MSMEs) in the country. He gave the assurance while flagging the second phase of national MSME clinics for viable enterprises for Ebonyi State at the Christian Ecumenical Center, Abakaliki. Osinbajo, who listed some of the challenges to include access to credit facilities, big machines, registration of products and overzealousness of government officials, expressed optimism that the empowerment of MSMEs will lead to the economic growth of the country. He said that 90 billion funds have been earmarked for agriculture-based MSMEs by the Central Bank of Nigeria. CBN, as National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is rolling out an e-platform for registration of products. Welcoming Vice President Osinbajo to the state, Governor David Umahi called on the federal government to improve power supply to the state to boost industrialization plan of the present administration. The governor urged the federal government to look into the way and manner elections are conducted in the country in order to ensure the safety of lives and property of Nigerian citizens. Nationwide implementation of the Central Bank of Nigeria's cashless policy on deposits and withdrawals over 500,000 naira will take effect nationwide from April 1st. This was made known in an electronic mail message sent by the Guarantee Trust Bank to its customers on Thursday. According to the message, there will be 3% processing fees for withdrawals and 2% processing fees for lodgement of accounts above 500,000 naira for individual accounts. For corporate accounts, the bank said it would charge 5% processing fees for withdrawals and 3% processing fee for lodgement of amounts above 3 million naira. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has told the new members of the board of the National Assembly Service Commission to ensure that the legislature is manned by professionals. He spoke on Thursday while receiving the members of the commission, led by the chairman, Ahmed Kadi Amshi, in his office. In a statement by his special advisor on media, Lanre Lasisi, the speaker noted that the members were all carefully selected and that they have lots of experience as former lawmakers and technocrats. The speaker also advised the board to be mindful of in-house politics that is capable of derailing the aspirations of the new board to reposition the National Assembly for better performance. President Muhammadu Buhari had reportedly sacked Dakuku Peter Side as Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. The President also approved the appointment of the current Executive Director, Administration and Finance, Bashir Jamo, as the new DG. Peter Side, who was appointed by the Buhari administration in 2016, is expected to end his tenure on March 10, 2020. The 56-year-old Kaduna-born Jamo is also the current president of the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria. Still to come on the news. Lecturers without IPPIS will not get February salary, federal government. Medical experts highlight causes and prevention of numbness. UK records first death from coronavirus outbreak. World Cup player tests positive to coronavirus. Details after the break. Do stay with us.
With heavy heart, the management and staff of Modern Communications Limited, MCLtv, announced the death of one of his staff, Mr. Nathaniel Ogugwa Mwabilike. The sad event occurred on Wednesday night in February 2020. Until his death, The late Wabunike, popularly known as Akunmi Ojoto, was the studio manager of MCLtv. The deceased was a graduate of theatre arts from the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University. He was the creator of the program Frontliners, which metamorphosed into Frontrunners. Sports Digest, which has been running for more than a decade, is the brainchild of late Mr. Wabunike. He was also credited with the introduction of newspaper review on MCLtv. The burial announcement will be announced by the family. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Mommy, mosquito is biting me.
But I asked you to use Top Rank insecticide.
Top Rank insecticide kills mosquitoes, cockroach, flies, and every other crawling and flying insects faster anywhere around you. NAFDAC approves Top Rank insecticide for its effectiveness. Use Top Rank insecticide and enjoy a peaceful night's rest. Available in all shops and supermarkets near you in 600 milliliter can and 300 milliliter can. Top Rank insecticide is marketed nationwide by C Success Multi Services Limited. Telephone 0813 111 2348 or 090 960 22577. Top Rank insecticide. What's worth doing is worth doing well.
Wow, the lab results.
Yes.
Okay. Where is this man? She has malaria.
Malaria?
Yes.
What do you think you prescribe?
We prescribe Casimir tablet.
Casimir tablet?
Yes, Casimir tablet.
Casimir tablets get at letter and limit from 3 for inside. Casimir tablets now Maxima Bottles Private Limited for India. They make them, but na Grace Best Pharmacy and Store Limited. And then they distribute Casimir tablets for here. Casimir tablets get NAFDAC approval for take fight malaria, comot your family.
Casimir tablets, na correct anti-malaria.
Casimir tablets, it dey stop every malaria.
If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
You're welcome back. The federal government has declared that lecturers yet to be captured in the newly introduced integrated payroll and personnel information system will not be paid February salary. It's also disclosed that about 55% members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities have so far registered in IPPIS. The Minister of Finance, Both International Planning Hajiya Zainab Ahmed stated this while addressing reporters at the opening of the 2020 Management Retreat for Treasury Directors of Finance and Directors of Internal Audit in Kano on Thursday. Speaking of the need for the IPPIS system, the minister said it has helped in identifying over 70,000 ghost workers in the Federal Civil Service and is hoping to make the system free of ghost workers in future. Medical experts have emphasized the proper health tips to be adhered to in order to prevent numbness. The tips were made known when MCL News spoke with public health experts on the subject. It's in Wafo completes the report.
Numbness can be referred to a burning or prickling sensation that is usually felt in the hands, arms, legs, or feet. However, it can also occur in other parts of the body. The sensation occurs without warning, usually painless and described as tingling, skin crawling, and itching. Speaking of the health issue, health experts say that numbness is caused by pressure on a nerve, which includes sitting on one's legs crossed or falling asleep on the arm. On the other causes, medical experts has this to say.
Numbness occurs when there's a pressure on a part of the body and blood supply is cut off due to that pressure. For example, you hold tight, part of your body, like I'm holding tight this hand now. If I hold it tight for quite a long time, I'm going to cut off supply of blood to the nerves passing through this place, and then you experience paresthesia or a degree of numbness, and so when that happens, you will lose the sense of touch, and because there's no more blood supply, there's no more blood oxygen to those nerves. They begin to die, as it were. But we have other situations where numbness can also come as a result of certain conditions in the body.
They equally noted that numbness called pins and needles by English folks can also be stopped and prevented. The medical expert stated that physical exercise and good sleeping posture can prevent it.
You avoid undue pressure on the part of your body for a long time. You have to avoid that. And another precaution is that you have to consider your age, and then you have to engage your limbs, upper and lower limbs, parts of the body, in exercises. When you're always engaged in exercises, your supply, the blood supply to your body, is enhanced.
Meanwhile, numbness is a health condition that is common in humans. Research shows that diseases such as diabetes, neuropathy, migraine, stroke, seizures, amongst others, can also lead to numbness. 1814 MCL News.
Britain has recorded its first death in the new coronavirus outbreak. England's chief medical officer Chris Whitty said on Thursday as the total number of confirmed cases jumped to 115. He added that the patient was being treated at the Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading, west of London, and is believed to have contracted the virus in Britain. The announcement came as the total number of confirmed cases in Britain rose to 115 after 25 more patients tested positive in England. Of those, 17 recently traveled from recognized countries or from recognized clusters. The government this week published contingency plans for a widespread outbreak of the virus, which has infected more than 96,000 people and seen over 3,300 die around the world. Whitty said Britain's chief scientific advisor Patrick Vallance briefed Prime Minister Boris Johnson after emergency planning meetings. On sports, President Muhammadu Buhari has been scheduled to declare the 2020 National Sports Festival in Benin City, Edo State, open on March 22nd. Edo State Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu announced this in Benin City on Tuesday after leading sports writers to inspect facilities at venues for the National Sporting Fiesta. Deputy Governor said that the state is working hard towards ensuring that Edo 2020 is the best game ever in the history of the NSF, which was first held at the National Stadium, Lagos, in 1973. The Deputy Governor, an acclaimed footballer on the domestic scene, who featured for Insurance FC in the Nigerian Top Flight League, hinted that Edo is hosting to win the competition. He stressed that the state athletes have been given the necessary exposure and training to bring glory to the state. Meanwhile, fears that the state-of-the-art facilities being put in place at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin for the 2020 National Sports Festival may not be properly maintained have been allayed by the state government. The Deputy Governor of Edo State, Shaibu, revealed on Tuesday that the government will send the bill on Asset Management Agency to the Edo State House of Assembly to ensure that the maintenance of the facilities are guaranteed. Deputy Governor, who is also the chairman of the Edo 2020 Local Organizing Committee, said that government will go into partnership with the private sector in this direction. He disclosed that the contractors working on the facilities will deliver on time before the opening ceremony on March 22nd, as they are working round the clock to meet the deadline. Former World Cup star Thomas Kallenberg has tested positive to the coronavirus. Kallenberg contracted the virus on a trip to Amsterdam. He is now in quarantine along with 13 members of Danish club Brøndby's staff. People isolated for the virus are defender Joel Kabongo, Club CEO Oi Palmer, assistant coach Martin Retov, and sports psychologist Christian Engel. Danish Health Services are working to get in touch with people Kallenberg has had contact with since a return from the Netherlands, including fans directly nearby at Sunday's game between Brøndby and Lyngby. 3 players from Lyngby's squad, Martin Onskov, Kasper Jørgensen, and Patrick Da Silva, are also believed to have been placed in a 14-day quarantine despite showing no symptoms. And Nick Petrie, head of unit at the Danish Patient Safety Board, said the board has already contained and quarantined all known and close contacts with Thomas Kallenberg in the period up until he got symptoms. And with that, we've come to the end of the news package this morning, but before we sign out, a recap of our major stories. The presidency has assured that President Muhammadu Buhari will complete ongoing legacy projects in the southeast before the expiration of his administration in 2023. Catholic bishops under the umbrella of Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria have concluded their first plenary meeting for the year at the Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria, Abuja, and asked President Buhari to salvage the nation from imminent catastrophe. No fewer than 18 members of the National Youth Service Corps 2019 batch C serving in Ebonyi State have been directed to repeat service year for alleged abscondment from service. And on sports, President Muhammadu Buhari has been scheduled to declare the 2020 National Sports Festival in Benin City, Edo State, open on March 22nd. That was the news. Thanks for watching. Join us again by 8 a.m. for Good Morning Abia. I am Amanda Kalu. Once again, good morning.